Play Center with Sean Corbin and Tyler Ricks. And here we go. It's the Lakers losing 3 in a row, all since the injuries to Doncic and to Austin Reeves. Big blows to this team. Here's LaRavia to call a jump ball.
You're playing your best basketball, so emotionally you have to connect back in to who you are as a team.
Ayton's going to go over Green and hit the shot. Nice shot there by DeAndre. They have talked about his performance of late. The other night, he was having a hard time catching the ball. You don't hear that much about an NBA player.
Well, in particular, it was an out-of-bounds play when he kind of let it go over half court and really didn't exert the effort that everybody seems to be talking about.
Melton will take it. Pajemski firing a 3. And the rebound collected by Green. Here comes Pat Spencer, who they signed to a standard contract back in February. Pajemski from the other side of 3. And LaRavia the rebound. And at the controls here, Luke Kennard. Finding on Melton. And here come, with the bump right there on LaRavia, Nate Williams.
So it's a different challenge mentally and physically.
On the fly, Anthony Melton gets it to go. In Sacramento here on Tuesday, he had 20 points, breaking out of his scoring and shooting slump. They need all hands on deck, both these teams, as they wind down the regular season, heading to the postseason, as we said. Here's Kennard, number 1 3-point shooter in the NBA. LeBron James. And Green took one down low.
Yeah, 2-man game, empty corner, able to get it to LeBron on a mismatch, and immediately he attacked the middle of the painted area. Draymond Green still trying to shake off that knee to the midsection.
Williams outside with a 3. Ayton's got it. LaRavia takes it. Hachimura, who had been coming off the bench, and they had really found a comfort level there. It's LeBron James against Nate Williams. The fake, the fire. Got it. Count it. Foul. Pretty play, LeBron James.
3-point play.
74% free throw shooter James. Picked up by Green on the miss. And here comes Golden State, number 10 in the Western Conference right now. And they're pretty much going to stay there.
Yeah.
They trail Portland by 2.5 for number 9. Williams will save it on the miss. Spencer thinking 3. And Williams will drive. Ayton is there. Knocks it away. Shot clock at 1. Out of bounds.
Well, Kevin, this is an opportunity for, if he's able to establish who he can be as a player, rebounding, protecting the paint, scoring the ball, like this inside, okay? Being a threat going into the playoffs, this is a different kind of Laker team.
Picks up number 1, and DeAndre Ayton is at the free throw line. And then they went to Oklahoma City. In the first game they played in the month of April, they got bushwhacked by 43 points to the champion Thunder, and that's when the injuries occurred.
I'll say
a week ago tonight.
I'll say this, though. I mean, let's see Spencer able to get inside. The kind of basketball that OKC has been playing since March, beginning of March, it's just been incredible. Okay, so the Lakers got mollywopped.
Yeah.
But so have a lot of other teams.
Yes,
they got caught in the wake of this OKC resurgence as they head to defend the championship.
There's LaRavia across the lane, gets it to go. His first 2 of the game. Former Memphis Grizzly and Sacramento King, Jake LaRavia. It's Pajemski. He's got that matchup now with Ayton. And LaRavia is watching Draymond Green, and the shot clock is down to 5. And Spencer will chisel, take it, and fire. And got his own miss.
Another shot clock. Yep, another offensive rebound for Golden State, and that time Spencer able to get it up and over Ayton. Ayton, his hands were down. That's when you take advantage of a bigger player inside the lane.
Golden State, this is the final home game of the regular season. Shot up and in. It's Kennard with 2. As he gets on the board for the first time. Turnover. Here we go with James. On the wing, LaRavia. And LeBron bumping into Pajemski and across the lane. Offensive rebound. Here comes in. Saved by LaRavia. Timeout taken, Golden State.
Jim Jackson, I'm talking about you to handle and educate you on the rest. Nonetheless, awesome stuff, Kev.
Well, just think if that was around when you were playing, Allie, how many times you would see that during the broadcast on the mismatches you had back in the day at University of Toledo. Go Rockets.
All right, so they get that one to go. Bessie off the bench. Charles Bessie signed him on April 5th. The injuries and working on their roster, Bessie becomes a Golden State Warrior. Here is LeBron James and Kennard to James, both from Ohio. In fact, Kennard broke a lot of LeBron's records scoring in high school in that state. And he puts up that shot with the LaRavia rebound. And back to LeBron and Ayton with the screen, and they get a new shot clock. Lakers so far, 6 of 9. Deflected. Hachimura, 3. He's a top 5 three-point shooter. Bassey controls the miss. Here comes Spencer. Green, touch pass. Bassey high and picked up by Hachimura. Lakers trying to get a rotation before the playoffs as the season is rebooting. 3, James, good.
Well, right now, the Lakers kind of finding a little rhythm. LeBron James able to knock in that shot. Golden State has to figure out defensively right now what they want to
do. Reddit told us before the game, we've got enough. I'm comfortable. There's Jemski's 3. And look at Bassey. No one blocked him out. Wide open on the doorstep with an easy 2.
Well, here's the thing about it, too. Enough from where? Because collectively, but when you don't have certain pieces defensively, you better be on point. And that's where I think they really have to lay their hat come play-in time, is defensively getting and having an impact.
For the Lakers, here is Vanderbilt in the contest. He's now applying the on-ball defense on Podziemski, who sneaks free. And Bassey's out there, and here's Curry. Green throws over the defense. He feels that'll exude to the team as Podziemski puts on the brakes and knocks in the 15-footer.
But a lot of, too, is predicated on the potential opponent that you may play. So maybe it's the matchup that allows J.J. Redick to feel a certain confidence more so because of that.
Turnover by the Lakers. Green down court. Athletic catch by Payton. Ronnie James was there to meet him defensively. Curry, 3. And it's picked up by James. And it's out to Kennard. A 50, 40, 90 shooter. One of the few in the NBA this season. Kennard. Ayton. Cutting Vanderbilt. Ayton again in the paint and gets that one to drop. That's 2 in a row inside the lane for him.
And what you'll see with the Lakers, too, because no Austin Reeves and no Luka Doncic, you'll see more body movement, ball movement. The ball won't be pounding in one position. Not that it's a bad thing, but now you have to be able to move and share the ball in order to get some easier shots.
Podziemski with the reverse.
That wasn't easy. Yeah, that wasn't easy. Right around Ayton, but Podziemski not afraid to kind of get 2 feet in the paint and challenge a bigger, stronger player.
It's Ayton again. High screen. Kennard free. 2-point shot. Luke Kennard. With Green the other way. Down low, Payton.
Team, even with the collectively full lineup, full roster.
Yep, he said turnovers and defense. Screened by the newly instated Cleveland. 3 by Kennard. Rebound Vanderbilt. And saved by Luke out over 500.
Yeah. How quickly things can change for you in this league.
L.J. Cryer 3. Got it. The rookie out of Houston.
A lot of opportunities for some young players to kind of get a foothold here. Heading into the play-in scenario, if they can be a part of the rotation.
In the corner, Vanderbilt 3. Spencer trying to get it. Cryer collects. Warriors on the move. Finishing up a 5-game homestand with it gone 1-3. Spencer down the lane. Picked up by Vanderbilt. It's Kennard. Into Nate Williams. And back outside. And LaRavia. He'll deliver the 3.
I guess who it was? It was Luke Kennard drawing the attention of the defense, able to get it out to LaRavia for a rhythm catching 3 in a corner.
Fire again. Another 3. Another hit. Timeout. 2:11 to go. We're in the first. 2 out there, and Green's got the ball. Kleber's on him. Wide open Curry. LeBron closed, and there's a scoop. And score by Curry.
Well, at that time, getting Curry on the move allowed him to kind of get a foot and a step ahead of LeBron, keep him on his hip, and then, as you see, opposite hand, well, same hand, same foot with the layup.
Drew Timme has come in looking for Kleber. And stolen on the pass by Golden State. Payton at the other end. Nice looking feed by Melton.
2 positive possessions coming out to begin the second quarter. 1 offensively and 2nd defensively. And again, that's the area you got to be a little bit more pesky, is on the defensive end of creation turnovers. There's number 2.
Draymond Green ahead to Spencer. Timme in the way. No Porzingis tonight. No Steph Curry tonight. Of course, you know about the injuries to...
But when does that start to flare back up? And does he have enough coverage time-wise to still be effective?
3-point shot by Melton. No. Curry gets it in the lane with the easy shot. And this is the first Golden State Warrior lead And we've had a 10-point turnaround. We're just in the second quarter. As Kennard has come in, Moravia is out for L.A.
Well, the concern, too, if you're the Lakers, that's 8 offensive rebounds for this smaller Golden State Warriors team. Now that's a 3rd turnover in this quarter.
Payton got it from Melton after the steal. A Laker timeout with 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. James had 12 in the first quarter. Lakers, no shot attempt so far until right there. And it's a 3 and a beauty by LeBron.
And sometimes you just tap into who you once were. LeBron finding his way in this game, in particular when he gets a mismatch from long distance.
He's got a 3 of 3 night going from distance. LeBron James 15. They go inside. Payton was cutting.
And that gives us a chance to win. He still has that capability. Does that come on the back-to-back games? I mean, 2 consecutive, maybe not, but he's still able to be effective at this stage of his career.
Long to Curry. Kennard rebound. So LeBron missed the first 14 games of the season. So his season got off to a later start. So he's had that rust time, although he was injured. And it's left foot management now, which they concern themselves with. Hachimura can't get the pass. Hits Gary Hasselness, our terrific.
Buried the lead on that.
I'm trying to get some love to Gary there.
Gary was holding the camera and still was able
He did.
to finagle it and catch it.
Could have been a great surgeon. There's Melton outside. It's a 3. Missed it all. LeBron's got it. Lakers, in some people's minds, in survival mode. Need to get these final 9 guys who will figure it out. With the 2 big stars, Reeves and especially the leading scorer in Doncic out indefinitely. Timmy. Shot clock at 3. Low and wide. Here's 5 turnovers in 6 trips this second quarter. They got Melton down low on a minutes restriction. With 8 to fire, here comes Pat Spencer. It's a long 3 with 8 defending.
Now, how potent are those turnovers?
Yes.
Okay. Field goal attempts. Golden State right now has 30. The Lakers have 22. Okay. You talk about those 5 turnovers at the beginning of this quarter. Now that's 5 less opportunities to get shots at the basket.
It's Kennard with a spinner. He puts it up and in. Warriors beat Sacramento Tuesday here after losing 4 straight.
Okay. So they lost a series of both of the potential teams.
Melton runs quietly into the paint. Got it back. Green screen. Curry. Timmy defends. And the 3. Oh, it's a long 2. And a rebound by LeBron James. Timmy on the break at the other end with an easy 2 and a good feed by LeBron.
Right, but he led Drew Timmy. He didn't want to give it to him too early, where Drew then would have to put it down a dribble or 2, which would give his defensive opponent a way to opportunity to knock it away.
Spencer with a 3, which, by the way, is a real skill.
They really to float it out, right? That's what you want. You want to lead, especially a big in transition. So all they have to do is catch, heads up, and finish at the rim, which Timmy was able to accomplish.
3rd tie, Hachimura. Now the Lakers back on top by 3. Really knocks it in. Coming in number 6 in 3-point percentage in the NBA tonight. There's Kennard off to LeBron. 3 of 3 from 3. And the rebound by the lunging Charles Bessie, who comes off the bench with 5 Warrior rebounds. Approaching 6 to go here in the second. Melton kicked by Pajensky. Leons, former Oklahoma City Thunder player. 2 to fire, Pajensky for 2. With a rebound snared in there by Vanderbilt. Ronnie James. It's Hachimura. Carving and firing the 17-footer. Another rebound, Bassi.
And to your point about the injuries that have mounted up for the Warriors, think about this: for a period of time during their championship run, they didn't have to deal with that.
None.
There are very few as far as their core players being out. And speaking of core players, Pajensky is going to be one in the play, but they didn't have to deal with it. Now, all of a sudden, later in years, they piled up. Started with Clay, you have Durant, but then now it's across the board, unfamiliar territory for Golden State.
Hachimura knocks it in. He now has a 5-point game going. He averages 11. Pajensky, you mentioned before, 20-point game the other night against Sacramento. He's on top and 3 to fire the 3. Rebound, Bassi. Eight rebounds for Bassi. A couple on the offensive glass.
Yeah, very active that time with the ball movement. That allowed Bassi to get some relief from the defensive player putting the body on him. Picked up 2 good rebounds, offensive rebounds on that possession.
Hachimura trying to twist the skill of the 3-point shot. Now he's having to add, as we mentioned earlier, the playmaking ability. that he's
the leader of the team.
father.
Or that the father-like frustration. Hey, they're like, man, I taught you better than that.
Pajewski missed it all. Vanderbilt will glide the other way for the Lakers. On the road, 24-16. Hachimura free to fire. The three is down. Behind the scenes that a lot of fans don't know that all these teams do. Here's Bronny James on the doorstep with a floater on the fly. Gets it to go. And he's got his first two tonight for L.A. Ball's all over the place, banging around. L.A. Warriors on a first game of a back-to-back. They'll be in Sacramento tomorrow night. Inside Leon's. Vanderbilt got the loose ball. And ahead it goes, Bronny James gliding in for two.
Well, it's amazing, too. Lakers, you take care of the basketball. Guess what? Now you're getting quality shots at the rim. And you put yourself up 9 points from being down once you were returning the basketball with frequency at the beginning of this quarter.
Biggest lead tonight for L.A. They move it inside with Williams.
They were able to get shots at the rim, and that is how they got back into not just the game, but took the lead.
Here is Hachimura. And LeBron and Pajewski is defending. You see the size difference. Shot clock is down to 6 for James. Easy.
That was easy money. Looking in the middle of the court, seeing if the double team was going to come from that direction, but he gave himself enough space on the baseline to spin move, soft touch off the glass, and a second turnover by the Warriors early here in the third quarter.
Intercepted by Kennard. Steve Kerr told him wide open. LaRavia 3. Rattles it home. And a quick timeout taken by Kerr. He said, is it 9? They've led by 9 before. Pajewski just starting the second half. Weaves, snakes, drives, scores.
And Steve Kerr frustrated at the start of this third quarter with his team's performance offensively. Two quick turnovers, had a little talk, came back out. Pajewski able to finally see the ball go through the net.
Terrific Lakers shooting tonight, 57%. Kennard and the driving 8 gets it to go. So Golden State had more offensive rebounds, more second chance points, more points off turnovers, more points in the paint, yet the Lakers shooting has been so high that has negated any kind of statistical element that Golden State's put together as Ayton tries to close the door on Melton. And another turnover by the Warriors.
Yeah, these are unforced turnovers, kind of what we saw from the Lakers in that second quarter.
He said, I know we've lost the league's leading scorer. I know we've lost Austin Reeves, the second best scorer on our team and a top 25 scorer in the league. He said, but the Marcus Smart in his 9th consecutive missed game tonight, here's a 3 by Spencer. But it's the 9th consecutive game missed by Marcus Smart for the Lakers.
Well, where it is because he's your primary second ball handler decision maker. In a game like tonight, he would be your primary ball handler at the point guard position. So you kind of take for granted what Marcus Smart brings to the table. You know the defensive side, but as important as a decision maker and ball handler.
LaRavia 3. I think JJ said it was a compounding effect of Smart. His absence, because he's the quarterback of the defense, he clearly runs our offense, does all those things, and to your point, missing him for 9 consecutive games is all a part of this kind of adjustment, the turbulence the Lakers are in right now.
Well, your offense is going to operate a lot differently.
Another turnover.
Yeah, and you see it, speaking of which, Luke Kennard tried to make it the opposite way up through the nets.
LeBron's got it now, so they control. Look at the pass. Look at the drive. The rejection by Williams. What a pass by LeBron. Now that.
Together, as soon as Ayton crossed half court and Draymond Green half-heartedly came in between the double team.
ESPN Sunday, final day of the regular season. It'll be Boston hosting Orlando. Denver will be in San Antonio. And for more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
Talking about being a long year. Who would have thought? Beautiful ball move at that time by the Warriors. Williams, can you pay it off? No, good defense by LaRavia. But how about this? Who would have thought 6 seconds left on the shot clock are meaningful ones?
And they trade Trae Young.
That's right.
I mean, think about what that Atlanta team has gone through. Green was driving on a quick pass, and that was due to a Laker defensive 3 before this. Free throw here by Green. The boys are back on Prime Video.
Kevin, to put a cap on that Atlanta thing, think about this. Charlotte, Philly, Orlando teams that kind of figure would be in front of Atlanta. They thought this year, now they're in 6th position, 6th place, heading into playoffs.
Pump fake James, 3 on the way. It's picked up by Anthony Melton. Green on top. Pajewski on the side. Kennard will defend. James the board. He's got 4. LeBron tonight, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And looks terrific.
No, he doesn't.
Against Green, how about this? Shot clock at 3. Kennard gonna have to fight. He does. And tap back up and in, and I think it was
Anyway, but yeah, let it be known to the official scorekeeper, it was me.
I got a good feed. Green inside. It will be in the plane. Not by design, but just the way that things have fallen. They won 48 games last year. They were number 7 in the play-in, and this year they're number 10.
Well, think about that. You know, 3 of the last, I mean, they've been in 4 times, so 3 of the last 4 years. It's just a different climate. They can do that. But that's the part that teases you, then frustrates you when it doesn't happen on a consistent basis.
Pajemski 3 over James. Ayton, the former number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft 24 years ago out of Arizona. Now in his 8th season, he then went to Portland, and now he's a Laker. LeBron in the smaller. Now they double him with Green. Peyton was there. Ayton with the spinner.
But you can eat all day with that because LeBron is going to draw attention. Whether you go for a full double team or not, there's going to be gaps and spaces within the defense. And Ayton, you just got to find them, especially in that painted area.
Arabia controlled the ball, then was poked up.
DeAndre Ayton right there in the middle of the court.
Kennard throws it away. And Spencer will drive, and LeBron knocks it away, and then Peyton will follow.
And LeBron hurt his hand.
Yeah. And 9 guys who will fight. And those were the words coming out of J.J. Redick. In Pajemski, pushed by LaRavia. Foul called on Jake. And Pajemski to the line. With code FL BOGO.
I like the emphasis on it. Think about it. Pajemski plays every game. That used to be a badge of honor. You know, to go through the gauntlet of the season, to play 70-plus games, close to 82. To get to 82, that was like a medal of honor. Now it's like, let me just finish the season healthy.
Yep, Hachimura 3. Zemski's got the rebound. Tough thing to do now, especially in the league now. I mean, we know that it's never been faster, more quick twitch.
That's what it is, and people don't understand. It's the pace, yes, but it's the movements, how you guard people when you're running side to side. Those things do wear on your body a lot differently than just running up and down the court like fast break sides. It's much more nuanced than that.
Ronnie James could not get the 3. Bassey collected the rebound, and he's done a pretty good job. He's got 10. And here comes Seth Curry. Spencer, Bassey, and Curry. Spencer, right at Northwestern, terrific athlete in a couple different sports. Maybe undrafted, yeah.
Lacrosse.
He was incredible. Number 1 player in the country.
That's right, got a heck of a mustache, too. Thick around the edges, right up. Keep that possession alive, and Hachimura timed it, paid it off with that mid-range jump shot.
Ayton holding his ground on Pajemski. They switch. Now they got Spencer with the ball. Shot clock at 2. Lost it inside. Another turnover. Ahead it goes. Vanderbilt slicing. Euro step down. Timeout. Golden State.
No rotation to cut off the drive, and the old young fella right there able to get it in off the glass.
Boy. Surrounded by white jerseys. He's still got it to go. They go inside to Bassett. Another turnover. Vanderbilt heaves at the length of the floor in too long. It is there. There's Seth Curry. Charles Bassey. LaRavia's on Curry, and Curry puts up a 3, and LeBron's got the rebound. A look away to LaRavia at the other end, and he hammers it home.
Poor transition defense. The shot came up by Curry on this right side. The opposite wing is supposed to get back. That was non-existent. Another easy transition layup for the Lakers.
Off balance, contorting a shot. Williams can't get it. LeBron on the break, 3-on-2. To the hole! James! LeBron's got the 4 points. Lead the Lakers and an assist here in the 4th. Leons and Kennard defending. The cutting Bassey, the pickpocket by LaRavia, the lead to LeBron, the takeoff, and the jam! Oh, James hammers it home! On the break! And he's got 8 points in the 4th quarter alone. 8 of his 26 here. As he tries to make a statement for the Lakers. Bassey and a twirling move on that baseline.
And Golden State finally able to get shot on goal by getting Bassey a clean pass inside and not a turnover that has benefited the Lakers this quarter.
It's Kennard. Whittling his way inside for 2 with a nice reverse. Kennard with 9. He's only taken 1 3, and he's got the best three-point shooting percentage in the NBA, but he's now the ball handler, and so it's a different role for him. Leon's slapped away by LeBron, who's got the steal. We know that James has now the all-time most wins in the regular and postseason combined. LaRavia, 3, bullseye. And the Lakers have started the fourth quarter 6 of 6.
But the poor decision-making for Golden State has definitely affected their defense because it's been porous. In the third, the second, and in the fourth, and the Lakers just getting any and everything.
Creating that belief again is our target. Can we believe? Well, tonight, they're showing a lot. Here's Cryer. And he goes down.
Uh-oh.
2 players.
He came down on it. It looks like that right ankle.
Shot outside, good. Nick Smith.
And last few moments from this very powerful, defining basketball play.
Leons gets it in. Lakers now 16-6 in this fourth quarter over Golden State. James has scored or assisted on 13 of LA's 16 points in this quarter. Kennard, 3, boom! And that's his first 3 tonight, and only the second 3 he's attempted.
But they didn't need a lot, just because they were able to get points in the paint. 44. So now the 3 ball is like a dessert item.
Williams got the miss. It's loose. James vacuums it in. The lead to Kennard. Another assist for LeBron James.
And the transition defense for Golden State has been compromised by turnovers and guys just not getting back to protect the rim.
That's a 3. James rebound. J.J. Redick told us with the great performance LeBron showed in Dallas the other night, that is the blueprint for us. He's got to be like that, poked away by Leons. James now, he's going now you poke the bear. And it's out to Smith, and his 3 is down the hatch.
Well, just keep in mind, too, talking to J.J. Redick, it wasn't like you said, okay, we know LeBron James, if we get him in a 7-game series for 7 games, he's going to have 30 and 15, and Leon goes in. That wasn't it. It was his impact on how he impacted the game all around. The scoring was an added incentive, but just his energy offensively, defensively, and passing the ball is what he was really talking about.
Nice pass by LaRavia in midair, and the miss, and it's the Warriors the other way with the whistle. 6-0, 4-time MVP, 41-year-old, Mount Rushmore type player in this league. Here's Bassey. It's Curry, a fake, sets, shot clock at 3, Leons. Curry dancing with Kennard.
I tell you what, going down the stretch of this, how important this game is. Okay, ideally, the Lakers would love to be in 4th position. Why? Because you have home court advantage throughout the first round. Now they'll be matched up whether it's 4 or 5. A long shot by Nick Smith Jr. Yeah, that's healthy. The confidence has formulated from with J.J. Redick against a team they've been successful against.
That's off the glass. And put down by Williams.
But it's not the same when you don't have some guy named Luka Doncic in the lineup.
He was aiming in on another scoring title. Here's Kennard.
Yep.
It's Hachimura. It's Bassey with the rebound. 2 months ago, this Warrior team, 4 games over 500. Now they're 5 games under 500. The last 2 months, they've gone 8 and 17. Williams, the crossover, the feed, Bassey on the doorstep. Rebound, Kennard. And they got a game tomorrow night in Sacramento. Nick Smith. Timeout taken, Lakers. Teams.
Well, the same applies to him, Kevin, as far as greatness and taking it for granted.
Nick Smith.
Hey, they're getting his work in. But you know, with Steph, he's changed the game. Okay, dynamics of what we see now in NBA and college, high school. It's such a joy to watch over the years and be a part of that. Phenomenal.
Spencer got that. Smith outside. He's had 3 consecutive threes, and that's where that was a heat check.
That's a heat check. Well, the question is, too, is this with the organization. I'm sure they've had this with the Lakers. If it's going to be, and it is, Luka's team, can that be the case with LeBron James still on the roster, truly? Despite maybe his role being peeled back a little bit, but him still being on the roster, how does that inhibit really you handing over the torch totally to Luke?
It's outside, and the shot by Curry, no. Leon's the backpedaling rebound, hits the deck, got it.
Yeah, but the problem is those turnovers, live ball turnovers, compromise the defense.
Yep.
That has to be taken care of first and foremost.
Bonnie James in the corner. Tinney. Rebound by Spencer. Lakers are going to go to 51-29. They're going to end a 3-game losing streak. And they'll have won their 3rd game in 4 against the Warriors this season. And on the road, they're going to get the 25th win. Williams, he's got 17. Nice night tonight for Nate Williams. 13th game he's played in this season, signed in February in a 2-way contract. A lot of G League time. And Bronny James, 3. Bronny James tonight, off the bench. 10 points, 2 threes, 3 assists. And the Lakers will get the win here in San Francisco. Lakers get the victory. Tomorrow in Sacramento, they say, will be the dress rehearsal